am Toni Gallatin, and this is my lovely co-host,
Shirley Tyler.
And welcome to the Toni Talk Show. Today's topic is love. Love, love, love. Love makes the world go round. So, in the Greek languages, there's several different types of love. And the reason we chose this show today is to help everyone to identify all the types of love and then incorporate those loves into their lives so that they have a better understanding of what true love really is. So the first love I want to point out is eros. Eros is an erotic love. It's a sexual attraction to someone. That's what makes you, like, when you look at somebody, you're like, ooh, ooh, I want to get with them or whatever. And then you get together. Sometimes people get together with individuals without even thinking about it because it's sort of like an animal attraction too. It doesn't take any brain to get to going with someone. So that's a love that you really have to be careful with, because if you're only with a person for that sexual attraction, that only lasts for so long. Like, the study's been told it lasts like 18 months, and then you start to really get to know the person for who they truly are, and sometimes you realize you don't even like them. But once the thrill is gone, it's like, oh boy, I don't know if I like this person. I didn't notice all that stuff before about them because I was so engulfed in the sexual attraction. And the next love is a pretty simple one. It's ludus, and ludus is just a flirtatious sort of love where you meet someone and you may be married or they may be married or have someone in your life, but you still think they're kind of cute or sexy or whatever, and you just kind of flirt with them, give them a little eye contact and keep it moving because you know you can't act on that. So that's no big deal. Ludus. The next love is phileo, which is the love of friends. Someone maybe you met when you were a little kid and you guys are still friends. Someone you may have met in college or on a job or something like that. And
I feel that's a great love to have, you know, between friends, because we always need that special kind of love between, you know, a friendship type of situation. So, yeah.
It could be also with even a relative, a cousin or something like that. Like Shirley and I, we're cousins, and we're also very, very good friends. And, you know, that's the type of friendship that even if you have not seen this person in years, you just come right back together as if you just saw them the night before or yesterday. You just catch up on old times and everything comes back together with no problem. That's a true friend. A friend you can tell your deepest, darkest secrets to. Someone that's got your back no matter what happens. They got you covered. And it's just one of the best things that you can have is to have the love of a friend.
Yes, with that particular love too, as well as you said earlier, like if you're in trouble or some of your most secretive things, you know what I mean, you know that friend will hold that no matter what. You know, you and that person may have a disagreement along the way or whatever, but you know when that friend really truly loves you, you know, someone that can pray with you in a time of trouble or in a situation. So we need that type of love among one another.
Then the next love, very, very important, because what we're doing is going in the order of its importance. If you notice, eros, the erotic love, was the least important. But now we're moving up to philatia. I love the word philatia. And philatia just simply means it's a self-love. How you love yourself unconditionally, without judgment. You love yourself in a way in which you respect yourself. You don't allow anyone else to disrespect you. You don't put things into your body that's going to harm your body, be it drugs, alcohol, too much sugar, or any substances that can cause problems for you. You have to love yourself in order to love someone else.
That is so true. Yes, that's one of my favorite sayings, that how can you love someone else if you doesn't love yourself? And that is very, very important. We have to love ourselves first before we can love someone else. So, yeah.
And respecting yourself. Respect yourself to the highmost. And the most high. I said the highmost, the most high. So respect yourself to a degree, but everybody else is going to respect you. They're not going to try nothing on you because they know you respect yourself, and people can only do to you what you do to yourself. Okay,
true.
so what you allow them to do. And so going on next to our next love, which is the love of pragma. Pragma is longevity love. Pragma is where two people have been in love and been together for 20 plus years. I remember my sister, she's been with her husband now for, I think, close to 30 years.
Wow.
And they truly have pragma. These were two of the hottest people on the planet. Very attractive people, almost model-like features. And now they've been together almost 30 years, and my sister, she's a survivor of breast cancer, and she says, you know what, yeah, I may have one boob, but he don't have but one tooth. And we love each other, and it does not matter anymore because they have all the love between them. And that pragma is the love of reciprocity. It's like you will literally share all your best assets, your good ones, the good ones, the bad ones, the ugly ones. And it's your finances, the emotional support that you have for one another. It's just an amazing love to me to have pragma and be with someone that you no longer have any hang-ups about. They don't have any hang-ups about you, and you're just one with each other.
And I think it's so wonderful and a blessing when you can find someone, you know, to have that pragma love, where you said have that long time of love, that nothing can come between you two. Nothing can break your love and your relationship with one another. I think that is a great and an awesome thing to have.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So the next one, very, very important. Very important. It's like second in line to the most important love, which is the love of storge. The love of storge is the love from a parent to a child. That is unconditional love. I mean, these children can be out there doing all kind of stuff, breaking all kind of rules, cutting up so bad. And you know how you have the sons or daughters that did a bad crime, and then all of a sudden the mother said, no, there's no way my kid did that because I didn't raise my kid like that. No, not my baby.
Right.
Well, sometimes it is your baby because it's somebody's baby that did all this stuff. But the parents love them so much, and that they just can't believe that their child did this, and they will still hold them up. They will still defend them no matter what the circumstances are. And that's that true love of a parent. And I find that sometimes children may not be born out of love. It may have been a quick fancy or whatever, something they got involved in, and they may not be born out of love. But the most important thing is that the love of God, which brings me to the next love, which is the most highest love that there is. And regardless of how a child was born and whatever circumstances they were born under, they have the love of God because they belong to God first. And that is a love of agape. Agape, the most powerful love. This is love without conditions.
Yes.
This is love without judgment. You can do anything and God will be standing there with his arms open to welcome you back into his grace. And it's just the most important, and we have to learn to love the way God loves us.
Yes.
And love everyone else the way God loves us.
Yes. You know,
and incorporate all the loves into our lives and know that we're loved regardless of if we have a person in our life or
and
not.
just quickly, to have that love is to have the God-like love, you know, because that's who we come from. We come from God, which is love. So it is always very important to imitate the love of God, which is the right things of God. You understand what I'm saying?
I totally understand.
And it's a wonderful thing, you know. You don't have to be deeper than deep or anything of that nature, but just know that we come from a love force or source, whatever you want to call it, and it's real. You know what I mean?
Real.
So,
and it's what we all need in order to be
to
whole,
survive. Yes.
in order to have joy,
Yeah.
in order to have peace in our lives, and that unconditional love. But we can share that with one another,
Right.
And the empathy for each other, and just try to be as loving as you can and love each other the way God loves us, because he doesn't judge us and he doesn't beat us over the head. He just welcomes us back in with open arms. And we'll be back with another topic. And we love you, we love you, we love you, and thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll be back after this break.
Thank you.
I'm the art therapist and program coordinator here at the Cancer Support Center.
Kelly, tell us about the Cancer Support Center and your role here.
The Cancer Support Center is a nonprofit in the south suburbs that serves anyone affected by cancer. We provide free resources over a variety of different areas to really help any person going through a cancer diagnosis.
I understand you have a 5-point model. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, we do have a 5-point model, and it's the way that we kind of form all of our different programmings. It includes support and networking, counseling and stress management, nutrition and diet, exercise and physical wellness, and body image. And we really pick all of our programs and model them after that model.
Tell us a little bit more about specific programs that you have.
So specifically, we have programs such as gentle yoga, nutrition classes, art therapy, meditation. We have a wig boutique, and all of our programs are provided free of charge. Other things include counseling and networking groups so that we can have like that clinical piece as well to support everyone through their diagnosis.
Considering now we're in a special situation with COVID-19, tell us how your programming has adjusted to accommodate the pandemic.
Yeah, due to the pandemic, we've really adapted all of our programming to be virtual. We want it to be accessible and virtual to keep all of our participants safe. So in terms of virtual, we have transferred all of our counseling either to video conferencing or to phone, as well as our yoga, nutrition, wellness programs. All of that is being offered over Zoom so that we can do a video and people can be interactive in that. We also have several pre-recorded programs that people can watch on demand to really get the full scope of all of our different programming. We are located in the south suburbs of Chicago with two main locations, one in Homewood and one in Mokina.
Do you partner with other entities, hospitals, or other healthcare organizations?
We have partnerships with several area hospitals in the south suburbs, really working really hard with them to bring our programs directly to them. And so they work with us in helping different patients find our programming, and we help our patients kind of communicate with them as well and provide programs.
Hi, I'm Toni Gallatin, and this is my lovely co-host,
Shirley Tyler.
And welcome to the Toni Talk Show.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Today's topic is going to be on healing. Let me define what healing is. The first definition that I want to speak of is to make healthy, whole, or sound, to restore health, free from ailment, to bring to an end of conclusion as conflicts between people or groups, usually with the strong implications of restoring former amity, settle, and to reconcile. And the second definition that I want to speak of on healing is healing through divine intervention as in response to prayer and of faith. This is what we're going to be discussing today, healing. Healing is very important in one's life, don't you think, Toni?
Oh, yes, yes.
First, what I would like to deal with is the mental part of healing. And when I think about the mental part of healing, I think about sometimes we can go through something maybe drastic that didn't happen in our past.
Exactly.
Or sometimes it can be the way we was raised or taught, our upbringing, which not all the time is a positive thing. And so when you come to the understanding and the knowledge of what is truth and what is real, you can then reset your mind to a positive place in your life mentally.
Exactly, exactly. And basically she's saying, you know, emotional healing or once you heal emotionally, and I want to just kind of point out first that if you cannot emotionally heal those old wounds and anger and resentment and a bad upbringing, as Shirley pointed out, if you can't heal that, you cannot even heal physically. And a lot of times we can manifest illness in our bodies by emotionally being so distraught and being so disturbed emotionally and unhappy that we can bring about illness in our body. It all goes together. It all goes together, the emotional healing, if you want to heal physically. And you know, that's basically what you were saying, and through prayer and the faith in God, and you have to have faith in God. Emotionally you have to be sound in order to put your faith in God.
Yes, exactly.
So that God can assist you in healing properly.
And then also dealing with that as well, along with the mental, you learn to be kind to yourself as well, you know, which means that you reset your thoughts. You learn to value yourself, you know, mentally, and also, as you said earlier, emotionally as well, which was going to be the next the next word regarding healing. So first, you know, just getting the mind right, and sometimes it's good to have someone that you can talk to as well, you know what I mean, that can kind of guide you, you know what I mean, into a positive mind way of thinking, you know what I mean, because it affects your life, you know what I mean. So if your mind is not right, then you can't function right, you understand what I mean. So,
I always say spiritually, emotionally, physically, then financially. Because if your spirit's not right, your emotions are not going to be right. And if your emotions are not right, your physical being is not going to be right. So you have to have a good sense of your spiritual way of living and your relationship with your higher power. You have to have that, because with that you can pretty much conquer all. You can pretty much handle anything that comes your way. And like I was saying earlier, you can manifest illness in the body, actual physical illness, based on being emotionally so disturbed and unhappy about your life or what may have happened to you in your life. So you have to take time out to try to heal yourself in every aspect, holistically, because there's nothing a doctor or anyone can do for you if you don't have that right mindset to be healed, and to be healed in its totality from head to toe, emotionally, physically. So, and
also tapping in on the emotional part. Sometimes we carry things for so long, you know what I mean, that's probably haven't been how can I say, a positive outlook upon our lives, which brings us to that emotional, how can I say, distress or emotional damage, you know what I mean? And as you mentioned earlier, we have to reach out to the higher power, you know. Also, as I mentioned earlier, we can also, maybe a psychiatrist or someone that knows how to get you to that place.
Or a
where
coach.
You are
Coach Gallatin here. Or coach.
Exactly. Of course. Where you can go to that inner self and just really dig deep down within yourself and just release it and let it go. And sometimes healing emotionally as well, crying. You know, some people think that, you know, if you cry that, you know, you're not so strong. They, you know, think things that, you know, that you're not strong. And crying is a very, very healing agent that I know that works for sure, because what are you doing? You're pouring out of yourself, pouring out of your soul, those things that may have caused some emotional distress or some emotional damage. You know, so. I
mean, I feel like, well, I know for sure, God gives us emotions to use in their proper place. If you are sad, we have tears. And sometimes we can have tears when we're happy, but there's a whole different different chemical makeup of the tears of joy and the tears of sadness, okay? So we have tears. God gives us these emotions to use. He gives us even anger, to be upset or angry about something.
right,
It's just
too,
that He
yeah.
doesn't want us to hold on to the anger and let it manifest itself into an illness or
Exactly.
just be an unhappy person. He gives us laughter, to bust loose and laugh hard and hearty, because that's also very healing.
Oh, yeah.
Laughter is very healing. You know, He gives us all these different emotions that are to be used in their proper place. And if they are, then you can emotionally be a more well-rounded and balanced individual. You ever see someone walking around that's kind of like lost their mind, and they're laughing all the time, everything is funny, they just ha ha, he to themselves, walking down the street all dirty with all their clothes in a bag, and they're just dropped out of society, and all they do is laugh now. Sometimes these are people that never ever laughed, that never had fun. Everything was so doggone serious. Some of these people were CEOs of companies. Some of them were doctors. Some of them were great minds that walked on this earth.
Right.
And they were so serious and so everything was so bottled up, and everything had to be so perfect and stern and all that stuff, and they never gave themselves a chance to use that emotion of happiness.
Yes, yes.
And now that they broke, they had a psychotic break, and now all they do is laugh.
Yeah.
Because they deprived themselves of that. So, you know, the mind just snaps. So we have emotions that God gave us. They are to be used in their proper place, and used, you know, when we need them, as we need them, because that will help heal our body. Because each time we laugh or cry or whatever we need to do, this releases certain hormones in our body that can be healing to our body. I had a sister, and God rest her soul, Benita, that meant beautiful, and that she was. But she was a little humdinger. She could hold a grudge like no one I ever knew. She could truly, truly hold a grudge. And she could hold it for months, 6 months at a time, just angry. And she died early. She died early. She died at 55 from liver disease. And, you know, when she was happy, she was happy. But when she was angry, she was angry. And I do believe that, you know, she could have had a much better and longer life had she not been so angry all the time. I don't know why she was angry. It wasn't for me to know. But all I knew is that I was always there for her whenever she wanted to come around. And she knew that before she passed away. But I just want individuals to be happy or choose happiness.
Yes.
Because there's no way your body can heal through being angry or upset all the time.
Right.
If you have something that you need to heal from.
You know what, Toni, that is so powerful that you said about the laughter and being happy. Happy is such a great healing to the body and to the mind and to the spirit. We can go on and on that emotional part, but we're going to move now to the physical realm of it.
Yes, yes. Okay.
You know, if you have to take care of your inner man, how can I put this? Some people, you know, they don't like to change their lifestyle, what they put inside their body. And what we put in us, it is so true. It will come out and be, you know, show itself of who you are. You know what I mean?
You are what you eat.
Exactly. So it is very, very important to feed yourself with good nutrients, vitamins, fresh water, fresh fruit, anything releasing stress. Stay away from stress, unnecessary stress, to heal the inward part. Because if you're not healed inwardly, you won't last. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know a lot about that by you being a coach. You walk people into that healing of the physical part of it, and also the mental and the emotional part as well. But that is a number one key, is what we put inside of us.
Oh yeah, in order to heal. What we feed our mind, what we listen to every day, reality shows, not that I'm against them, sometimes they can be very entertaining.
Yeah.
But if it's very toxic, if the people on the show are toxic, they're fighting, they're cussing, they're doing whatever, living wild lifestyles, and we're constantly looking at that, and we're admiring it, and we're looking at the people. They look like they're well-to-do, but yet they're cutting up to the utmost.
Right.
And, what we feed our minds, it's very important. What if we feed our bodies is very important. And because you are what you eat, you are what you take in your mind, you are what you take into your body. So we want to be mindful of what we take in so that we can be whole and without all these ailments. And we've said in other shows, which is a proven fact, that diabetes even, which a lot of Americans die of diabetes, complications of diabetes. They die from complications of diabetes. But the number one cause of diabetes, type 2 diabetes, is stress. It's stress.
Okay.
And if we could just keep our stress levels down, like Shirley was saying, and do some, exercise regularly, eat the right foods, read your Bible, study some things that's positive and amazing that you can heal from. It would be a much better way of living in its totality. Yes. You can feel better, look better, think better, smell better.
Exactly. And when you are healed, you live in abundance. You know what I mean? So healing is a very, very important thing that we all must have to survive mentally, emotionally, as you said earlier, financially, physically. It is a number one key. So today we really want to thank you for tuning in, and we hope and pray that this topic has encouraged someone, has inspired someone, and have someone to get up and do what you need, that needs to be done to get you to that place of wholeness and in a sound mind and with a healthy body and so forth. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Toni, would you like to add anything else?
No, I guess you pretty much covered it all. But just saying that we love you and we look forward to seeing you again. And thank you for tuning in. This is the Toni Talk Show.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.